Hello, hi everyone. Welcome to this new Alexa Developers EU office hours. My name is Gaetano. As you might already know, I'm a developer advocate here at the Amazon Alexa team. So I see that there are already some people connected. I would appreciate if you can provide a feedback on the audio, video. That would be great. I see from the chat that people are already say good morning everyone. Hi, AW Hitters, Hawk 2000, and Kini Software. Thanks for the feedback. Audio and video looks okay. So for people that just joined this for the first time, we do it. So we do this session in the EU at 10 a.m. UK time. Today is very foggy day in London. And yeah, we do this every 2 weeks on Fridays at 10 a.m. GMT. So I'm not sure if you saw my tweet from yesterday. Today we're gonna be having a guest. She's Claudia from the Alexa Developer Advocacy Group. She's in my team, and we will be covering the latest and greatest content that we put out for you, for developers. So there's gonna be a roundup around the latest blog posts and videos that we published, and some insights around what's the process and the thinking behind it. So I will introduce her to the stage so she can introduce herself. Please welcome Claudia to the stream. Hi, Claudia.
Hi.
You're
Oh my
live.
God, I'm live. Oh my. Hi, Mom. Joking. Sorry, I'm joking because I'm super nervous, but I'm also very excited to be live with Gaetano. This is super exciting.
Yep. So, Claudia, would you like to introduce yourself and give us a bit of an insight around what you do in the team and everything?
Sure, absolutely. Okay, so first of all, hi everyone. Again, extremely excited to be live with you and to talk to you directly. I don't have many chances to talk to developers so directly now that, of course, we don't have many live events anymore. So this is very exciting, and thank you for having me, Gaetano. And so, yeah, my name is Claudia, and as Gaetano already mentioned, I am part of the developer advocacy group. I'm also based in London and I'm also Italian, as you might have understood from my accent. And yeah, that's basically me. I've been working in the Alexa team now for over 3 years. I mean, I'm going towards four, I think. So it's been a while, and it's been quite a journey so far. I joined at the time when we were just about to launch Alexa in Italy and Spain, which are the languages that I speak. I speak Italian and Spanish, apart from English, obviously. And so it's been quite a journey so far, and it's super interesting. And what I love is how quickly everything is changing every day and how many new things we're introducing in the life of developers and customers. And so, yeah, that's probably the thing that I'm most excited about, helping developers making the experience that our users have with Alexa every day more delightful. And so, yeah, this is basically me. I'm not going to talk too much about myself, although, as you might have understood, I would go on for days and days. Me. But apart from that, I would like to give you also a bit of a background of what I do at work. And so I do work with Gaetano, but Gaetano is more on the tech side of things, and I'm more on the business side of things. So we're the same team, but let's say we do the same thing, but we focus on sort of different areas. So of course, Gaetano is the person that is more of an expert on any features that might go become available that can help you troubleshoot any issues you might have with your skill, that can help you with the code side of things. And on my side, on the business side, we work more on stuff like any inquiries that developers might have about the feedback received from the certification team, or any questions about our policies, anything that might be a bit complicated to understand from our policy guidelines, or we offer more insights in terms of what happens regarding public relationship or marketing. So there's a lot, it's a word really, but what we do is, but basically we do the same thing, Gaetano and I, just on two different sides. But we both are developer advocates, which means that we're not just supporting you, but we're actively advocating for you guys and for all our developers out there. As we try to, we do listen to you all the time. Like that's all we do all day long. We just listen to what you say, to what you write to us, and we try and understand how we can make your experience better every day and how we can help you make the experience of your users better every day. And so, yeah, I think that's pretty much what it is. If you have any questions, of course, I'll be happy to answer them all as soon as I'm done talking about myself. And so, yeah, moving on, I just wanted to tell you, so the reason why Gaetano invited me today here is, as he mentioned before, talking about our content. So as I said before, we listen to developers a lot. We listen to your feedback. We collect your feedback very thoroughly, very carefully. We find data and anecdotes from what you tell us. Every time you get in touch with us, there's always a real person taking some time, going through your inquiry and troubleshooting and really understanding what's behind the problem that you've got. And it's not just about resolving your case and resolving the issue that you might have on the spot, but it's also trying and understand what we can do to help you not have that question in the first time, if it makes sense, in the first place, if it makes sense. Help you completely getting rid of something that might be a blocker for you in your experience as developers. And so what we do with content kind of falls under that scope, if it makes sense. Because what we do is we create educational content for developers that gets published on our Alexa blog or on the YouTube channel. And in the hope that this content that we create can offer more insight in how functionalities work, or if there's something that we see a lot of developers stumbling on, we might write something on that to kind of give more background, how to resolve that in the first place. And so whatever we make in terms of content, whatever we create, whatever we think of, we always think of that with the developers at the back of our mind and thinking what can be useful for you. That's also why I was mentioning that I'm so excited to be here with you today, because I would love to hear, and I'll ask these questions in a moment, what you think of the content that we published so far and what would you like to see next, of course. And so, yeah, I just wanted to give you a bit of background on how we think of these pieces that we write or these videos that we publish. So as I said, we live and breathe developer anecdotes, basically. So whatever message we get, we really take some time and go through it and see if there's anything we can do in terms of content that can help you not having that problem in the first place. So normally what we do is we collect data. We meet up regularly and discuss common developer issues. We read on your forums, we read everywhere. And at the end, when we find a topic where we see someone very, very much struggling, or we see that maybe our documentation is not too clear on that, then that's a topic idea comes to life, and we start writing. We decide what's better, if we think that a video would make it easier to understand, or if it's better to have it in written form because maybe there's too much to explain to be in a video form. Of course, like we really sit down and take care of what is the best content in this case and what is the best format that developers might feel is the most digestible, if it makes sense. And so we write down the blog post or we make the video, and then we review it very carefully because we make sure that the quality of the content that we put out there is top notch, is 100% perfect, because we don't want to add confusion, anything that can be ambiguous, we want to get rid of, because we want that content to be a source of truth for you and something where you can really find your answers. And so yeah, this is basically what we do. Also, Gaetano, feel free to jump in if you have anything to add, or if you feel like I'm forgetting anything. I don't want to take too much of the time, and I'm sure you got a lot to contribute to. And
yeah, no worries. I already see some comments here in the chat.
Great,
So
yeah.
Yeah, so here someone is saying that Claudia M has helped me with a few support
That's
cases.
me.
So yeah,
I'm super
that's
happy.
her. Yeah, we're really happy to see that it's so that this mechanism is working. And then, yeah, as Claudia mentioned, we do our best to make sure that any ambiguity or any any feature that you are trying to implement is explained in the best way, the best way possible. So I would like to touch 1 second on what are the channels that we can get developer contacts for through. Um, and yeah, we have two main channels. One is the developer forum, which is a one-to-many interaction. You can reach it via this link. So Alexa.design forums. This is, as I said, a one-to-many interaction. You can write your question here, and you might get an answer from us directly or from the community itself. I really like when forum posts are resolved by the developer community. I very much like to see this kind of engagement among you guys. Then the other one is the contact us. So you can have a one-to-one interaction with an Alexa developer advocate, and yeah, you can reach it via Alexa.design. Contact us, write your message, and it will be addressed in the best way possible, and also routed internally to the best team to answer the question that you might have. That said, sorry for the interruption, Claudia. I just wanted to touch on this. Please go on.
Please don't apologize. That was actually very good to mention. And speaking of that, so I'm actually going to go through the content that we've been publishing this year. And one of the videos that we publish is actually about how to contact us, because we did notice that sometimes developer wouldn't know what the channels available were. And so yeah, there is actually a video that tells you how to get in touch with us. So we've been doing that too. So yeah, I would say that at this point we can maybe look a bit into the content that we've been publishing, if you don't mind. Would
Yes.
that be okay? Gaetano, do you want me to maybe share my screen so I can show the pieces?
Yes, please do, so we can work them through.
Okay. Okay, so this is the first time, guys, so please a bit of patience. I'm trying to see how I can share the... Okay, share. Okay. Why? Give me a second, guys. I'm almost
Sure.
ready.
So meanwhile, I've just posted the video that Claudia mentioned in the chat. So that gives you a complete overview on the channels that, on the way from which you can contact us, so the developer advocacy group. So I can see Claudia's screen now, and I can add it to the stream. Yes. If you can confirm that everyone can see it, I'm pretty sure you will be able to, but confirmation would be nice. So yeah, please go on.
All right. Okay, so this is the video that Gaetano was mentioning. It's how to contact the Alexa Developer Advocacy Group. So our colleague Elena, she's amazing. She's based in Bucharest. She's part of our team. She put together this video where she goes through the channels that are available to get in touch with us. And as Gaetano already mentioned, and you can find more details in the video, it's mostly the contact us page and the forum, the developer forum. And Elena goes through all the details in the video. It's a quick one. It's less than 4 minutes. So if you ever have any doubts, you'll find all the information there. Then another thing that I wanted to use this moment to also show you that we also put out content that it's not only useful for you, but also, how do I say this, for us, but because it helps us help you. Does it make sense? Okay. For example, there is this amazing video, one of my favorite videos that Gaetano made, as you can see, and it's about how to retrieve activity keys and why you might need them. So if you guys messaged us via the contact us or the forum, it might have happened if you've ever had any accuracy problem or any issue with your skill, that we might have asked for the activity keys. That is something that corresponds to the utterance that you use, and once we have that, we're able to deep dive on what could be the issue going on with that specific utterance. And we noticed that lots of times we did have an article written that explained how to retrieve those, but we still struggled a lot, and we would still get emails from developers that were not sure how to send them, and of course, like, our job is not just to support you, not just to help you, but also to make it easy for you to reach out and to get the information you need. And we didn't want this back and forth all the time. Oh, send us the activity keys. How do I send them? And all of that. So we made a video, and now we send the video instead. And it's a very quick one. It's 2 minutes 50, and it shows exactly what to do and how to send the activity keys. And that's one of my favorite content because it's so quick but so much needed. And so these are the 2 videos that we posted this year. There's more content coming. It will keep coming, and it's always based on what developers might need and what you guys let us know that you might want to know more about, if it makes sense. Then another couple of things that I wanted to show you were the blog posts that we wrote this year. So some members of our team wrote down some very interesting pieces. Again, they're all based on things that we noticed that created problems to our developers, and we felt that there was a need for more information. For example, Daniel, our colleague based in Berlin, he wrote this great piece about how to create a child-directed skill. We know that there's a lot of developers at the moment interested in creating child-directed skill, but of course, because it has enhanced eligibility requirements in terms of our policy guidelines, they go through a very scrupulous, I would say, review, and they can pose not problems, but they are a bit more. The requirements are a bit more specific, given that the target of the skills of the skill are children. So we did notice that developers were struggling a bit with that and with understanding how to make sure that the skill is properly targeted to children, how to make sure that it's ready for submission before they send it. So Daniel put together this. And if you go through it, there's a lot of details that can help you better understand how to submit a child-directed skill and what the enhanced requirements are. I'm not going to go through all the blog posts because, of course, I don't want to bore you to death, or I don't want to lose all the hour. But this is basically what it is about, and it's a very good and interesting piece. And Gaetano, did you want to say something about this?
Yeah, so I just shared the link of this blog post into the both chats. So we are live on Twitch and YouTube, and I've also put it as an overlay here in the video. So I would summarize. I wanted to add a bit of additional background. So if you have any concerns or doubts about what should you do in case you want to create a child-directed skill, that's a very good center of information around the topic. So yeah, feel free to have a look at it if you have in mind to create a child-directed skill. That's the best content you might have.
Absolutely. And of course, on top of that, you can always get in touch with us if there's any remaining doubts. Again, Elena's video tells you how to contact us via the contact us page and the forum. Then another thing that we posted this year is this other blog post by Elena, same person as the video. And she wrote this very interesting piece and very useful piece on how to avoid overlaps when choosing an invocation name for your Alexa skill. So as you guys know, as developers, sometimes there are problems related to the invocation name of a skill sounding a bit too much like maybe an external Alexa functionality, and that can create problems for Alexa understanding what the user is calling, and that could create a bit of a problem when a user is trying to enable your skill. And this is something that many developers struggle with. And of course, because invocation name is, I mean, it seems easy, it seems like straightforward, but it can be like a tricky thing to choose for your skill. I'm sure that you went through through that. And so these blog posts is also a very good source of truth to see how you can avoid having issues with it in the first place. Elena goes in a lot of detail about what kind of words might be a bit more ambiguous to Alexa, for Alexa to understand, what you should take care of when choosing your invocation name, what you should be aware of. And so, yeah, I highly recommended if you are struggling with that to read this piece. And also feel free to all of these things that we're talking about right now, like all of these pieces, feel free to share them. If you have a fellow developer struggling with something, send them to the blog post, because there might be a post that can help them with whatever issue they might have been facing. And then I wanted also to show you this other piece that we posted this year. This one is from Vladimir, another colleague of ours, also based in Bucharest. And this one is called Performing Your Life Skill Update. So as you know, sometimes you publish a skill, but then you want to edit it or to update it somehow. And this is basically a guide that can help you navigate that process of updating your skill. And it also goes into a lot of details on what type of updates require resubmission or not. And again, I'm not going to go through all the details. You can read it and take your time and go through it. But this is also something that we felt was very much needed, because we did get some questions around how do I update my skill? Why do I have to resubmit? I've just changed this. It's no big deal. I don't understand, and that kind of questions. So we put together this blog post, which I think is very interesting and very, very well done. So all the content that we've seen so far, I don't know how familiar you are with it. If you knew that we were posting this type of content out there, there is more coming. And so basically, I now have a few questions for you guys. So I'm not reading the comments at the moment. I can stop sharing my screen, I think. Did I stop? Gaetano?
Yes, you did stop. You can see comments from the comment section of our
So I
platform.
haven't been, I was sharing, so I wasn't seeing. While I was talking, Gaetano, did you notice something that might, oh yeah, these are comments from you. This is you posting, right? Is there anything else
Yes,
that you
last
can
ones,
mention?
yes. So there are some questions around our contact us mechanisms. So
Sure.
there is a question from Gold Zulu, which is my so the guest that I had in our last session. Hi, Gold Zulu, how are you doing? Thanks for joining the session. So the question is, how is the questions, I guess, DAG questions being routed geographically or functionally? So
Okay.
geographically, I can say that we have a 24/5 kind of coverage. So we have developer advocates in the EU, in the US, Japan, and India. So we pretty much cover an entire 24 hours day, more or less. When it comes to routing this functionally, I'd say there is already a pre-filter, let's say, on the contact us page in which you can select what's the topic that your query is about, and then it will be routed internally. But of course, if there is something that so if we notice that a contact internal needs to be routed again, we have our internal tools to do so. And Claudio, do you want to add anything else on this?
I think you said it pretty much all. I was going to say the same. So yeah, nothing to add.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, feel free to ask any additional questions while we try to address what has already been asked.
I just thought on that, on the contact us questions. I would also recommend, of course, like Gaetano mentioned all of that. So there is already a process, a system in place, so that we make sure that the questions get worked on in the best way possible. I would highly recommend that when you reach out, you make sure that any information you think might be useful, you put it in the case. Don't ever think that you might be talking too much, or that, because there's no such thing as too much information on a case. It helps us, of course, but it also helps you. So you don't get that back and forth where we're like, can we know something more about that? Especially one thing, especially if it's about some recognition issue, always provide steps to reproduce. Those are always very important to help you with that.
Yes, thanks for adding that, Claudia. So whatever you think it's useful when it comes to getting at the bottom of your issue, please share. We love videos, screenshots, everything. And if the issue is related to a particular utterance, please share the activity keys as well related to that interaction. You just saw that there is a good piece of content around it, so please do not hesitate to share it. I see there are additional questions in the chat. So one is for me, I guess. There is a question from Prasad. He also said hello from India. Hi there. So will Alexa get YouTube audio play support? So that's a good question. First, we cannot really comment on any roadmap, but what I can say from an Alexa skills development side is that we have an interface called Audio Player. So if the YouTube audio that you want to play is owned by you, I guess you also have maybe an MP3 or an MP4 version of it hosted somewhere. So what you can do is create a skill using the Audio Player interface. And I can quickly share my screen to tell you what I'm talking about. So let me share the screen. So we have this audio player interface that lets you basically play audio from an Alexa skill. Of course, there are some requirements for the audio play for the audio file. It needs to be hosted on an HTTPS endpoint, for example, and it has to have some requirements, let's say, and you can find everything in here. So audio stream requirement. So the audio that you want to play through an Alexa skill should have these requirements here, and I can show this I can post it in the chat so you have a better understanding of it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. To answer your question directly, no, we cannot directly play YouTube audio, but this is I think a good enough workaround if you're just planning to play some audio through your Alexa skill. If you have any doubts again, please feel free to write in, share your skill ID, what you want to achieve, and any other additional information, so that we can help you in the best way possible.
I think there's also another question in the chat. Now I'm getting used to this. Like, it's very new, but starting to navigate the tool. I think we also have like a question from Goal Zulu on visibility for new features in the EU.
Yes, I just picked it up. Yeah, please, if you want to answer, Claudia.
So that's a very, very good point. We do understand. So the Alexa org is so big, and of course, like it's difficult to always have visibility on all the things that come up. Also, there's so much happening. So we do understand. We are aware that that's a bit of a pain point for developers, and so actually, I would ask you and you guys, what type of channel would you think would make more sense? Like, how would you like to receive those news? Like, there a channel of support that you would prefer over others, or yeah, something like that. So I'm opening, I'm bringing back the question.
Sure.
It's a very good point.
Yeah, thanks for bringing it up, Gold Zulu. There is already an answer. So he said YouTube video, new features in Alexa.
Okay.
So I think we can write. I will write this down as a feedback, so that we can try to drive it. But speaking of that, I want to mention another platform that you as a developer could use to raise your voice, let's say, which is User Voice. So we have this platform that in which you can add your feature requests or improvement that you think they would make sense, and so that they can be upvoted and pick them up by our product team. I will share the link in the chat as well, so that you can access it. So it's called User Voice. So whenever you think there is you have a feature request or something that you think should work better in a particular way, just feel free to add it in here, or just open it now and try to vote to features that have already been added and see, raise your voice basically. So that's the main point of this platform.
Yeah, that's definitely the most direct way to raise concerns, but even, just new ideas. Even if you wake up tomorrow and think, oh, it would be so cool to be able to do this, I would recommend highly adding it on User Voice. It's something I recommend a lot in the cases I work on as well.
Yeah, same. When there is something, so when there is a developer that says, I really like to do this, but we already know that that's not possible, that's basically how we route this contact. Okay, so I hope you liked the roundup on the latest content that we published. As Claudia mentioned, we are open to any suggestion. We, of course, collect data internally to try to understand what are the recurring questions or recurring issues, and try to cover them proactively in a video or a blog post or a knowledge-based article, or even on a live stream if you like. So feel free to add here in the comment or as well once the session is ready, because the session has ended, because once we end the session you can see it again on Twitch or on YouTube. So feel free to let us know what kind of content you would like to see, in which domain of the Alexa Skills Kit, and so on.
If you prefer videos or written formats, like any feedback that you find relevant, please let us know. We'd love to hear that.
Yes, so that we can adjust our way of producing videos, and making sure that we cover topics that you are truly interested about. Speaking of that, we are also looking for feedback when it comes to code samples. So I want to share the new GitHub repository where all the samples are stored, which is Alexa samples. So before it used to be just github.com/Alexa, but now we have migrated to this Alexa samples, which is only for code samples, while on the previous one, Alexa, we also had some features that are not related to like third-party interactions, so maybe 1P interactions as well. But here is basically only for Alexa skills samples. So if there is any feature of the Alexa skills kit you'd like to have a sample code about, please feel free to reach out to us here in the comments right now, or in a contact us page, or on the forum. So you should be very well aware of what are the channels as for now, I hope. But yeah, we are planning to have as much as content as possible here as well. So yeah, feel free to reach out. I've published recently 2 code samples. One is related to the very famous Alexa Node.js fact skill, which is the most famous skill, I think. What I did here was adding multimodal interaction to it. So this skill used to tell facts about planets, but now if you're using a multimodal device, it will still say the fact about a given planet, but also show you the picture of a planet, and of course on a screen-enabled device, and also have a little text at the bottom saying, sorry, with the writing of the fact. I think it now became a good, getting started for people that never used APL. So feel free to have a look at it. I will share this in the chat as well. Yeah, I'm doing a little roundup on the code samples as well, Claudia, since we talked about content, and we do consider this as
Sure.
content as well.
Yeah.
Then the other one was about the APL video. So I figured out that the APL video demo here was up to date, so was updated to APL 1.0, and I did a lot of enhancements here. So now the APL video repository supports a progress bar. Let me open this to pull request. So yeah, now it supports, I upgraded the dock to APL 1.8. I added a progress bar, so you can basically seek the video in the part that you want to reach. It's pretty much similar to the video, so the APL video sample. Sorry, not the APL, the video app interface that lets you play a video through an Alexa skill without using either APL or the Alexa Web API for games. It was a native way to play videos, but the issue is that was that once you offload your skill to play the video through this interface, you would lose the control on the skill. In other words, once you play the video, you cannot get back to your skill, and every interaction that you made from that point will go to the Alexa 1P interaction. So it will not reach your interaction model. In order for the user to get back to your skill, they will need to close it up and open it again. While with this, now you have pretty much a similar experience, but with APL, and you are still in the skill. Feel free to have a look at it as well. I'll share this in the chat. So yeah, basically, if from now on, if you want to create a skill that plays a video, I would suggest using this as your go-to, at least as a getting started. Sorry, I'm speaking too much maybe about about code samples, but anyways, there are some questions in the chat as well. So Kini Software is saying, any plans on having Alexa answers for Spanish? It would be great to improve Alexa and get engagement for Spanish people. What do you mean by Alexa answers? So you mean answers from us? What do you think, Claudia? What do you?
It's yes. I think that Kini is talking about the online community, like the sharing knowledge platform, right?
Okay. Would you mind sharing the screen with the page so everyone can see?
1 second.
I was truly not aware of this, so it's a learning experience for me as well. I'm curious, so please.
Yeah, sure.
So meanwhile, Kini Software confirmed that Alexa Answers was what he was talking about.
I believe that is talking about this, right?
Make Alexa smarter.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a platform where you can like share what you ask Alexa, if I'm right, and that would improve how Alexa responds to users, if I'm not wrong. I think Kini
Okay.
might know more about that than me.
Yeah, I guess so as well. Uh, I'm just having a look at the page as well, and it's a very interesting concept. So you are, my understanding is that you are helping, let's say, the Alexa, how to say, brain to make sure that she can answer a question she currently doesn't have an answer for, right?
Exactly, exactly.
Okay, okay.
That's my understanding. To be honest, like I am not aware of plans, but we can't really comment on any plans coming up. And in any case, any upcoming announcement would be shared on the Alexa blog.
Yes, so speaking of blog, I'll just suggest you to have a look. So keep an eye on our Alexa official blog, because when we expand features to to different locales and different languages, the first way of knowing it is by seeing a post here on the Alexa blogs. So well, thanks for bringing it up, Kini Software, because I had no idea about this, and I really want to help get Alexa smarter, at least in English. If it's the only locale we can do it for right now, I'd be happy to jump in. Okay, I showed the URL of the blog here. So yeah, saying thank you both. It was not a tech question anyway. No worries.
Yeah, I think it's
Thank you
something more
for
on the consumer side, on the user side.
yes, yes. But as an Alexa user, I still want to
We
have a
all
look at
are.
it. Yes. So I'm going through the comments again, and there is a question from Goldzulu. Can we please have another hackathon? It has been a while, and also in real life Alexa events here in the EU. Most of the
We miss
stuff,
them too.
yes, we do miss one. I still remember when you used to do Alexa Dev Days. Claudia and I went to one together in Milan back in 2018, I
I
guess.
think so.
Yeah, uh, yeah, I agree that we are very missing it. It was very close after the Alexa launch in Italy, so there were loads of questions from Italian developers on how to get started and everything. Um, I personally don't have any information or dates around this, but I guess when all the restrictions are lifted, that we are back to pre-COVID situation, we might get things started on that as well.
Yeah, I think
In the EU.
anything in real life would only be organized if we were able to guarantee everyone's safety. And at the moment, of course, the issue is a bit complex still.
Yes, we used to have some hackathons in our office as well in Shoreditch in London. So yeah, they were great as well. But let's see. We never know. As long as we can guarantee safety, it should be fine. But sorry, no ATA as for now. So we have Xavi that just joined. I think. Hi, Xavi. Um,
Yeah.
Hi. So Xavi joined the first EU session where there was a guest talking about how to debug the skill, your Alexa skill locally, and he's an Alexa champion as well. So hi, Xavi. Thanks for joining this session today. Um, so we have no other questions in the chat. We have roughly 10ish, 15 minutes left. So is there anything else you would like to cover, Claudia?
I think we said it all, went through the content, we mentioned the code samples that I forgot to mention, so thank you. I think that's pretty much it, unless someone else has. Oh, just like a final reminder again, please let us know what kind of content you'd like to see next, what you think it would be helpful for you in your day-to-day skill development. and would love to see any feedback on that. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Sure, I'm checking again the list of content that we mentioned to make sure that people that just joined now, like Xavi, I guess, is aware. So I shared the link of all the latest content in the chat, Xavi. Please do let me know if you can see it. Otherwise, I can send them again. Well, so we, as Claudia mentioned, we covered the entire roundup on content. Please, I'll refresh the question about making sure. So make sure to let us know which kind of code samples you want as well, so that we can make sure that our code repository is up to date with what you want to look at. So Xavi is
Do you see
saying,
that? Yeah.
yeah, sorry, is saying, can you resend that, please? Sure. So I will send the links in the chat again. So there is another. Hello, Fifofu. I've also just arrived. Please send the link again. Okay, so I'll send them all together if the chat lets me do it. Give me just 1 second. So for the people that just connected, I want to remind that this is a session that we call it office hours, and we do it in the EU every 2 Fridays at 10 a.m. And in which we talk about the latest projects we are working on, what is the Alexa Developer Advocacy Group doing, and what we are basically. For your knowledge as well, we are developer advocates. We make sure that the developer experience when it comes to the Alexa skills kit development is as smooth as possible. So, and we have 2 main channels of communication, apart from the Twitch streams that we do, of course. So one is the developer forum, which is a one-to-many interaction. You can get answers from the developer community or from our developer advocacy group itself. And then we have the the contact us page. So I'm showing the links here just for a quick reference. So to reach the forum, you go on alexa.design/forums. You need an Amazon developer account, which takes literally 1 minute to sign up. And then the contact us page is here. So let me remove
some feedback as well in the chat. Topics for the next EU office hours.
Yeah, let me open the comments. It would be great to have some EU office hours or any kind of content about conversational design, good practices, tips and tricks, and so on. Yes, I do agree. Conversational design is a big thing, and it's something that we try to always to double down on, since when you are creating, so when you're building something to be used with voice, conversational design is something to truly that you have to keep in mind in order to provide the best experience to your end users. I'll write this down as a feedback as well for the next sessions. But yeah, speaking of this, please make sure to. So if you have any suggestions on what to cover in our next sessions, please feel free to add this here as Kini Software did, and yeah, we'll write it down as a feedback and try to create a session around it. Maybe inviting our maybe best expert within Alexa on the topic that you want us to discuss. And I also wrote a message on Slack yesterday. If there is anyone from the community that wants to bring value to those sessions, maybe talking about a very cool project around Alexa that he or she was working on, please feel free to reach out to me on Slack. We have a Slack channel as well, actually, which is again alexa.design/Slack. Feel free to join the community and say your word. We are always welcoming new developers and new members of the community. That said, I wrote this as a feedback about conversational design. Let me send again the links of the content that Claudia was very kind to show us. Okay, you should be able to see them. Okay, I think there was a little issue on the YouTube side. YouTube doesn't let you paste a very long comment, but so it's been split in 3 different comments, but it should be working. Thanks, Gaetano, says Skinny Software. Yeah, you're welcome. Feel free to continuing. If you want to see anything else as well, please don't hesitate to ask. We have 6 minutes left, so yeah, please let me know if there is any other thing you would like to discuss, any other question for us to address. What I'd like to talk about is, maybe let us know if you are working on any cool project that you are you want us to show or have a look at it. So I would be curious to know what the community has been working on lately. Otherwise, we are here to answer your questions. Let me see if there is anything else in the chat. Yeah, Xavi asked to send the link again. I did it. Let me know if you can see it. Okay, for Alexa answers as well, I wrote down this as a feedback. Meanwhile, Xavi is confirming that he got the links of the content. But in general, Xavi, if you wanna be up to date, stay up to date on the latest content, you can check our developer blog, which is achievable by clicking this link. So you can see the Alexa Skills blog where all the latest content is published. Of course, videos will be shown on the YouTube channel. Let me link you let me send you the link of the channel as well. Should be this one. So yeah, here you can see see all the video content as well. And there is also our live session. I can see ourselves. I just opened the YouTube channel to see. I think we could wrap it up at this point. Is there anything else you wanna add lately, Claudia, or?
No, just really thank you again for having me. I'm sorry I was very nervous. I'm not used to being live on video streaming, but thank you again for having me. Thank you, Gaetano. Thank you all to those who attended. It was nice to hear your feedback, and I hope there's more coming because I'd love to hear more from you.
Sure, you didn't look nervous at all. You did a great job, Claudia. Let me assure you that. So yeah, just as a final reminder, this session will be recorded. So if you want to see this session again, it will be available on the YouTube channel that I just posted in the chat, and on Twitch as well. The link of the Twitch channel is this one. Let me write it down. Maybe you are seeing the stream via YouTube and you want to jump on Twitch. This is the channel. twitch.tv/Amazon Alexa. And yeah, so thank you all both for joining the session. Thank you, Claudia, again, and I'll see you in the next one.
Who's saying that I did good?
Yes, I just saw it. You did good, Claudia, and I can just agree on that. So thank you very much again, and see you in the next session in 2 weeks. Bye bye.
Bye everyone.